Hey guys, if you like this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys like the video and subscribed to my channel. It helps make these videos worth it going forward.
What's up, guys? Altcoin Sherpa here with a crypto market review. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not an expert to your own research. Today, let's just review Ethereum with both pairs, the Bitcoin pair and the USD pair. This is the ETH USD on the daily Coinbase chart. Just looking at this chart, a few things jump out to me right away. Uh, Ethereum has this weird kind of vertical accumulation price action that looks really strange relative to other coins. You can kind of see this like slow grinding price action where price just like keeps incrementally going up very slowly. And we normally call this like kind of stairs up, elevator down. So you'll see stuff like this where it's just slow grind up. And then um, when market conditions suck, that's when you'll just see like a big nuke down, like that type of thing. And you can kind of see that a little bit back in May, where you see this like vertical accumulation. I mean, not many coins usually have this type of price action. You'll see usually more, um, you'll see more clear like stuff like this, where you'll see like clear trends, clear downtrends. But you'll see here, it's just like kind of this weird, it's almost like someone's T-wapping in or like something like that, some sort of just controlled buying all the way up. But anyways, as I said, you're seeing this kind of vertical accumulation for Ethereum, and this chart to me still looks pretty decent, all things considered. Um, to me, uh, this last kind of summer accumulation period was followed by a breakout of this area up to all-time high levels near September, and then a bottom was formed. And this is similar to the Bitcoin chart as well, from September to October. You saw that this short-term bottom was formed throughout September and October, and now price is pulling back. To me, this is the last significant low back in late September, early October. I don't really consider this like kind of price action to be a low personally. I think that lows generally stand out on the chart a little bit more, and this to me is more obvious as a low in late September compared to uh, the November price action on the 1 day. And to me, as long as price holds above this like kind of 2600 low, I believe that a higher low will form. This is similar to Bitcoin as well, like the similar kind of idea that I have for Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin already established a higher low and is now chopping around. I expect ETH to also form a higher low. What are some areas that I'm looking to bid? I think that the 200-day EMA is an interesting area, kind of this area around 20, or I'm sorry, 34, 3500 or so. And you look at the volume profile too. This is also an area of confluence in terms of high volume node around like 33 to 35K or 3500. I'm sorry. These are both interesting areas. So this is like a first area that you might want to consider kind of bidding in general for support area. And it would be nice to me to see some sort of like maybe like last move down, and then kind of like this overall bottom to form, something like that we saw back in late September, early uh, October. Is you just want to see some sort of bottom form, and this is the overall plan that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a higher low to establish, and then after the higher low is established, I expect there to be some sort of lower high, and after that point, I'll be looking to see where the low is set. So if we see like a lower high and then followed by a lower low, and we see these lows get broken like this, then I am going to just exit all the markets. Instead, if we see some sort of higher low form and then a higher high, then I think the market structure is still intact, and then we'll continue up. Similar to the price action that we saw back in September, October. Like if, for instance, um, as price broke out of this range and then price like broke below the 1700 area. So like if price like made this lower high and then kind of here, down, and then like something like this, then that's to me a bearish market structure, and I would have just exited everything at 1700. But because it held and maintained these highs, I'm sorry, the low and like a higher low, then and prices continued up. So to me, that is what I'm really looking for from a price action standpoint, is where the low is set. So I'm still expecting price to kind of just form a bottom. I don't know where it is, lower high followed by a higher low, and then continue up. And if the lower low gets set, then we're just going to exit all markets for a bit and just chill. That's kind of my overall plan for Ethereum. But to me, the market structure is still intact. I still believe that we're bullish, and I think that we'll go higher. So let's briefly look at the ETH BTC chart. High time frame point of view, I mean, ETH BTC has been arguably consolidating for like several years, all the way since late 2018, all the way to spring of 2021. It was in this huge range, and then price started to finally move up. Now, you did see a bullish market structure finally print in 2020, where we see some higher highs and higher lows, and that's something we haven't seen since really 2017. And now we see some interesting resistance areas here for ETH BTC. Now, this current area is obviously a resistance area, this 084 area. And on the weekly, this is like the weekly close. Obviously, this 084 area should be significant resistance. That said, it's been tapped a few times on the way up. As you can see, like it kind of got near this area, and now it again is near this area again. So I believe that many of the sellers are going away after multiple taps of this area. I don't know when this will break out, but I still strongly feel that this will actually break above. Some interesting areas of resistance are this 0.106 area, and then obviously like, if it clears this area, like this 0.11 area, then there's like not much resistance above here. Like, of course, you have the all-time high levels, like this 0.148 area, which it certainly looks like it should get there, and that should be a good short initially. And the USD chart will be in like all-time high levels, so it's really important to look at the ETH BTC chart for future resistance levels. But for now, this market structure looks to me very bullish. We are seeing a slight pullback today, and if we start zooming down to the 1 day here and looking at the 1 day, price was in this range for several months. Like, this high was established in May of 2021, and price just chopped around for several months. I mean, if you look, price has not moved in, like, relatively speaking, for like 215 days ish or whatever. That's quite some time in terms of accumulation, and to me, this still looks like bullish accumulation. This does not look like distribution to me. Volume is dried up. Price has like very little volatility, as you can see, which is like pretty much what you want to see during accumulation phases. And the 200-day EMA did get tapped in October, something that price and it eventually caught up to price. Now we're seeing, is this really a true breakout from this range? It's hard to say. There's not really much volume follow-up quite yet. I do expect there to be more volume follow-up on a true break. So it's possible that we see just more. This was just like a deviation from the range, and price is just going to go back within the range. That's entirely possible, and something that I'm really watching. Bitcoin pulls back quite a bit, then I expect this to like hit the EQ of the range around 0.07 area, and but overall, like from a high time frame standpoint, this still looks like fantastic to me. I personally am a big bullish believer in Ethereum. I think that this will break out eventually. I don't know when it will. If we are looking for this to break to the upside, you'll want to see some volume follow up, and then you'll just want to see some of these levels just hold as support after it flipped resistance. So this is like 077, 078 area was resistance twice, and now it should theoretically flip to support. So if you want to have an aggressive entry, 078 or so could be interesting. And if it falls below that, like if Bitcoin shits the bed, then like this 07 area would be a solid support area. It's a 200-day EMA and also like an SR level. So those are two areas that I'm looking at, but high time frame, I'm still really bullish on ETH BTC. I think it looks really good. It should outperform Bitcoin. Like the chart still looks great. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.